What up, team? Here you are live with Big Boys Boxing once again. I'm your host, Jono. So, as I've been doing recently, I'm gonna start with a little promotion of a New Zealand music artist. So, without further ado, I bring to you today's episode of New Zealand music promotion, being Savage from the album Savage Island. And most of y'all will recognize this song from my intro, but this is the song in its entirety, so check it out.
Stomp him out, you gon' think I'm walking out. You know what we all about. Watch me when I knock him out. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that one hitter quitter, man. Knock him like. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that booyaka, blah, 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 blah. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that one hitter quitter, man. Knock him like. Knock a hater. I know a lot of owners, I got a lot of clout. They got that ridge top, we found them leaves and knock them out. I G a lot of savers, they say she want a thug. They say she raised by the Crips, but said she nothing blood. I know a lot of hustlers, I know a lot of players. I know the real Rick Ross, he owe me 100 favors. This ain't no wanted shot, this ain't no Biggie Pop. This be that gangsta savage, we on your block. I be a lot of haters, I be a lot of foes. There go Shibnati gangsta, I be that mafia roll. I be that West Coast, never go, let it go. You put them up, we knock them down. You pick them up, we knock them out. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that one hitter quitter, man. Knock him like. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that booyaka, blah, blah, blah. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that one hitter quitter, man. Knock him like. Knock a hater, knock a hater. With that booyaka, blah, blah, blah.
So there you have it. That was Savage from the album Savage Island. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it all over the place. So if you like it, go buy it. Support the Kiwi artists. Alright, so we're gonna get into some boxing chat now. And as per usual, I got a couple of things sorted here. First things first, get some sounds for the backgrounds. Here we go. And I'll get some links sent out to the regulars. Give me a sec here. Regulars, you've just received the Hangout link through Hangouts, and I shall also drop a link in the chat for anybody else who may like to join. And if that link doesn't work for you, you can always send me a message on Hangouts in the email that's in the description, being kiwiboxjono@gmail.com, and I can get you on manually if that link won't work for you. So it's all good. It's a bit of a roll call. James Barker, good morning to you too, brother. We got a AA Boxing and Blunts in the house. Tommy Temper, Mala2243, and I think that's it for now. But interesting weekend of boxing, man. Interesting. The only heavyweight dust-up that I saw was Martin Bakole knocking out Rodney Hernandez in the second round. That was a bit of an interesting fight. The first round, Rodney Hernandez came out like a bat out of hell, trying to get Martin Bakole out of there. I don't know if it was the best thing to do. Maybe it was, to try and get him out of there before he started getting battered. Maybe it was a dumb thing to do. Maybe he gassed out a bit too much and couldn't maintain that pressure. But either way, Martin Bakole got through that first round, still landed a few of his own punches, but showed some pretty good defense. Second round, Hernandez tried to come out strong again, but this time Bakole was up to it. Landed a few punches and busted up Hernandez's nose, then cut him over the eye, then put him down, and he wasn't getting back up. So another stoppage against another durable opponent within 2 weeks for Martin Bakole. As many of y'all know, he stopped Kevin Johnson a couple of weeks ago. So he's moving and improving. So looking forward to seeing where Martin Bakole can go. Alright, Tommy, jump on shortly, no worries, brother. Kidman stuff, how are you, brother? Good to see you in. Of course, the other big fight for the weekend, and I was pretty confident of my bet. I thought Canelo Alvarez was going to get beaten on points, but I didn't expect Sergey Kovalev to not throw power punches most of the night. I mean, he was throwing a lot of pitter-patter jabs, a lot of feints, trying to get Canelo to open up a bit, but I thought the plan was supposed to be hit his arms hard. He did use his feet and his jab, but I would have liked to have seen a lot more on his jab, so the arms of Canelo would have been a bit more tired. Up until the 10th round, I had it 7 rounds to 3 in favor of Kovalev. Let me find my score sheet actually. What did I have here? I had the first 3 rounds to Kovalev. Round 4 to Canelo. Round 5 Kovalev. Round 6 to Canelo. And round 8 to Canelo. The rest were all Kovalev. Now, there was a lot of rounds there where Canelo wasn't throwing a lot, and I do believe he was landing the more cleaner, effective work, but there was just not enough of it. 2 or 3 clean landed shots in a round for me, when you're blocking 50, 60, 70 punches around. I mean, the volume of Kovalev for me won those rounds, and it's not like Canelo was blocking every single shot too. So interesting. And I had put money on Kovalev to win on points. Yeah, I know everybody says Canelo can't lose a fight on points, but I think it was going to be clear enough if he could have lasted the distance in this one. However, Kovalev definitely started gassing towards the end. So I also noticed he was doing a lot of exiting around to the right hand side, and every time he exited out of there, he didn't have his right hand up, stopping the left hook. And I also found it interesting that he was exiting to the right, exiting to his left, Canelo's right, all night, towards the power hand. But in a way, it seemed Canelo couldn't really miss the left hook most of the night when he did throw it, so maybe that's what he was moving away from all night, moving away from the left hook all night. But I would have liked to have seen Kovalev go to the body a lot more as well. But maybe it is just an age factor. I mean, what is he, 36? I thought he still would have had a few years in him. I don't believe he is the Kovalev that we knew like 2-3 years ago for sure. But I don't think he's anywhere near done yet. And I thought it was a step too far for Canelo. But big credit to Canelo. I guess the game plan was going to be trying to knock him out later in the fight anyway. Maybe that would account for him having extremely low volume in the first 3, 4, 5 rounds. I guess you could also argue that the rehydration clause to try and give Canelo a little bit of an advantage may have played a factor, but you know, it was 185 pounds Kovalev had to be under fight day, and apparently he was. I haven't been able to find that actual weigh-in yet, the second day weigh, the fight day weigh-in. But all in all, I think it was just a matter of Canelo breaking him down and getting the stoppage. He got caught with a left hook, and I thought he was probably going to go down from that, so he was hurt, but then got followed up with a right hand right on the tip of the chin, and that knocked him the fuck out, man. So interesting. Of course there's going to be a lot of people saying, oh, Canelo's old and he was Kovalev's old and he was done, but I don't think he's done. I just think the better fighter on the night actually got the win. But we have Tommy Temper in the house. How are you today, brother?
I'm good, thanks, John. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad at all, bro. You watched the big fight, obviously?
I'm not going to lie. I watched the knockout courtesy of AA. He actually posted it, so thanks to AA for that. So that's all I've actually seen. But I've heard a lot of people's reviews on the fight. And one thing that struck me was that Kovalev was gun shy. Well, it seemed like he was gun shy from what I was hearing. He did not want to put anything on his punches.
No. Yeah.
And if he's not throwing any sort of forceful punches, well, why did he gas out? Because if you're only throwing like light punches, realistically, he should have been able to do that. Nah,
he was throwing a lot of them.
that I haven't seen the fight.
Yeah, he was throwing a hell of a lot of these little
Yeah.
pitter patter punches. Just.
But were they
touching
just
the
scoring
guard.
punches, or was he trying to throw hurtful punches? What was he
Oh,
throwing?
Every now and then he'd try and throw a right hand, but every time he threw the right hand, Canelo would counter him with a left hook. He was getting caught with that quite often, and he was always staggering backwards to his left once that left hook came, and I figured, shit, it's going to be a matter of time because he's not putting his hand up when he's trying to exit to guard his chin. So, I mean, a lot of the jabbing punches were actually getting through the guard at times, but there wasn't stepping right into it like we've seen Kovalev do. I mean, he pretty much knocked out Anthony Yarde with a jab, didn't he? There was no jabs like that all night.
Yeah, power jab.
So, he kind of abandoned one of his best attributes. And
I mean, like I said, I mean, I definitely need to watch the fight to have a proper opinion on it. But right now, I just think that there's something suspect.
yeah, well, I've got a copy of it. So once I finish the stream, I'll send you a copy of it, mate, and you can watch the full fight and
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
see how you go. But interesting. I thought I was gonna get paid out well. I had $50 on Kovalev to win on points, and that was paying $8.50, so it would have been $450. Would have been a good payday, but nah. I was holding my head going, no, in the knockout game. But never mind.
I picked Kovalev to win as well.
Yeah. I even had a bit of a hedge in behind just the Kovalev to win, and that was paying $4, but shit. That was just to cover my bet, and it couldn't even do that. Never mind. But
Damn.
credit to Kovalev, I think credit to Canelo. He got the job done in pretty spectacular fashion, and man, he's got to be right up there pound for pound now, if not top, easily. So I guess that's what it is. We've
What's
also
up,
got
Mala?
sorry
My bad. Go ahead.
we've also got Marla2243 in the house. How are you today, bro?
Good, Jono.
Awesome. Did you see the Canelo fight over the weekend, mate?
Oh, I watched some pretty significant highlights of it. I went on YouTube and managed to get a pretty good look at the fight.
Yep. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight. He was pretty relentless, Canelo. He just ground him down, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that knockout was brutal at the end. I mean, you got to give your props to Canelo. He's got his critics, but man, he's a good fighter. I mean, the first fight with Triple G was a close fight. Some people argue about who won and who lost, but it was very close. It was hard fought. The second fight, I thought he deserved to win against Triple G, and now he's fought this fight and got a good win. So you got to give him his props.
Yeah, man. Would you put him right up there, pound for pound nowadays?
I think so, because when you can step up that much in weight to another weight class and win that decisively, that's a big deal.
Yeah, man. I think so too. Yeah, I can't think of anybody that deserves top pound for pound at the moment, to be honest. So, yeah, there you have it. I think he's pound for pound.
Yeah,
Okay.
what was he usually fighting at?
160 was his normal fight weight, but he did go up and fight Rocky Fielding at 168. And
now he's gone to 175, so he just keeps hammering people, moving up in weight, and that's not that easy to do.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys think he can hang at 175 with the other guys?
Before the fight, I would have said no, but how he used educated pressure to gas Kovalev out. I don't think he'd probably fight exactly the same against somebody like a Bivol or Beterbiev. I think he'd be a bit higher volume to try and possibly win on points, or not leave it to having to have a knockout to win, because I think he did need the knockout to win this fight in the last 2 rounds. He could have got a draw possibly. I think the judges had it 86-84 twice, and one had it 96-94, and one had it 95-95. So
That's close.
Like I wouldn't, if I was Canelo, I wouldn't go up. He can't be a cruiserweight.
no shit. No.
I wouldn't go any higher. You know, that's
Yeah, he's too short.
I mean, he could probably beat a lot of cruiserweights, but I don't think he'd beat the elite level guys up there. But either way, it's still pretty impressive to come up 2 divisions above your preferred weight division and beat a champion. That's, I don't think, like I said earlier in the stream, I don't think Kovalev's, how would you put it? I don't think he's shot yet, but he's definitely not as good as he was 2, 3, 4 years ago. But yeah, if he does stay up at 175 and fights a Bivol or a Beterbiev, I'll be very interested to see how it goes. I did see Dimitri Bivol was saying that Canelo Alvarez, if he wins, is irrelevant at that weight. But
I don't think he'll fight a champion. I think he might defend his belt, but I don't think he'd fight a champion.
It makes sense, I guess.
He's not going to fight another champion, I don't think.
Especially one of these young, hungry bucks too. But welcome to the chat, Double A. Good to have you, man. How are you?
Nice one, Donald. I'm good. It was the punch before it. See, before the actual left and the right that caught him, there was a punch. There was a right behind the back of the head with 53 seconds of the round to go. And then on 50 seconds of the round to go, he threw the left. But if you look, the right that caught Kovalev behind the ear, it made him wobble before he got hit with that big left.
Well, maybe
And then
he
the
did
right
rock back. He did rock back. Yeah.
Maybe that's
So
why
was
he
already
didn't
a
have his
punch
hand up to
before.
block the hook.
The hook that came in, the left hook that came in, which I think actually hit him. When I first seen it, it looked like it hit him under the chin, but it looks like it's hit him on the neck, like just under the chin, and that's wobbled him. He's not had a chance to get his hands up, and his chin's in the air because with the punches hit him, it's because he's obviously Canelo's driving the punch up. The punch has lifted Canelo's chin when it's hit him in the neck. That's why his chin's up. His hands on the, he never had enough time to get his hands up. But it was the right hand before it. There was a right 3 seconds before the finish, which was behind the head, which did that knocked him. Kovalev was already stumbling before he took the punches. But you got to remember, Kovalev was just fought 10 weeks ago against Yarden, a 12-rounder. But they go 11 rounds. So, and he's had 10 weeks. So, and then you've got a rehydration clause on him. That's why Kovalev was drained. Plus, he had to sit for. I don't know if anybody's seen the pictures, but apparently they had their gloves on. The gloves were wrapped and signed 2 hours before they made it to the ring. So they were sat in the actual dressing room with their gloves on for 2 hours.
I did see it. It took a long time from the previous fight, and they were gloved up and seemed like they were ready to go. And then they had to sit down and wait for another half an hour or so after they were fully ready to go out. So I don't know what the hell that was about.
The UFC card, they had to wait. They waited for the UFC card to finish before they put the DAZN main event on. So they were sat watching the UFC. So it didn't clash. But
even Canelo didn't look too happy about waiting.
I think Kovalev, he's got paid well, but people are saying that's a fixed fight. People who are saying that's a fixed fight haven't watched boxing. A fixed fight's when somebody either takes a knee and doesn't get back up, or takes a weak body shot. You don't fix a fight by getting punched behind the head, wobbling, taking a left, and then a clean right to the chin. That's no. You don't plan that. That's never the way you plan on getting beat. If you're throwing a fight, it's a shot to the body, take a knee, make it look sore. That's. I don't know.
What do you make of Kovalev not really throwing many power shots for the whole fight, Double A?
to be honest, I think Kovalev was scared of getting caught early on. I think Kovalev was thinking, if I can get him a few rounds and maybe steal a few, because he was still throwing that jab. Like the punches were scoring punches. There was just nothing behind them.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
nothing. I don't think he was
think,
trying to blast them out in the round.
Where you go, Mala?
Yeah, I think it was respect. He knew Canelo was quick, and I think he was scared of getting the counters back. Yeah, I was looking at Canelo's resume, and you look at him. He's fought Kovalev, he's fought Daniel Jacobs, 2 fights with Triple G, fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's he's fighting people.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting frustrated in boxing with so many big fights not happening, but Canelo, he's stepping up and fighting people.
He is indeed. I've seen.
Stay active, that's the thing. At least this is the other thing as well. People need to remember. Canelo never came up, and like people are saying, he came up 2 weight classes, but at the end of the day, he never went into that ring at 160 pounds against a guy who was 175 pounds. So even though you're coming up the weight, you're roughly the same weight when you get in that ring, as close as can be. And Canelo had that. Both of them were exact same weight. I bet. I wouldn't be surprised if they were weighed before they stepped into the ring. Like, so he's not fighting somebody who's like a stone heavier than him.
No.
So I don't buy that. I don't buy the whole. It's no. He was fighting somebody the same weight when they weighed in.
Yeah, but there is a bit of a difference when one person has to cut weight and the other person doesn't, because you know Canelo's natural weight is around 175 pounds. You know, when he was fighting at 160, he'd come into the ring around 175, didn't he? So
180 maybe.
yeah,
But Kovalev, you got to remember, Kovalev already knew he was fighting Canelo before he fought Yard. That fight was already. Canelo already came out and said, if Yard wins, I'm not fighting Yard, but if Kovalev wins, I'm fighting Kovalev. That was already said by Golden Boy.
yeah,
So it's no. Kovalev never came out of that. Went about, was drinking, was eating bad food, was 200 pounds, and then had to. He went into a camp. Maybe he would have been going into that camp in the best shape of his life. Just came off a fight straight into camp, so he didn't really cut weight. Kovalev never had to cut weight. He just had to maintain his weight.
yeah.
No, but I think that drained him. I think the fact he was fighting 10 weeks ago, like that takes a lot out of you. Straight into camp for a Canelo fight.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make excuses for Canelo, because I'm not trying to make excuses for Kovalev. Because like Double A says, he knew exactly what he was in for. He signed the piece of paper with the rehydration clause in it as well, so he knew exactly what he was getting in for, and he's been paid well for it. So all I can say really is credit to Canelo, and welcome to pound for pound king at the moment. For me, what do you reckon about pound for pound Double A? Do you think he's the king at the moment?
I don't know, to be honest. I never had. My pound for pound consists of 2 fighters, Usyk and Loma, in any order. The rest, you only have 1 pound for pound, but you don't do a top 10 pound for pound. Like, you have pound for pound, one person to me, and it's either Usyk or Loma. But Canelo's, like anybody who has Canelo there now, you can't take it away from them. It's your opinion in it. If you think they wins for Canelo's better than Usyk's or better than Loma's, then he can be your pound for pound.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that. I don't.
Yep, fair enough. And I agree to it as well. You know, pound for pound lists are very subjective. A lot of it comes down to opinion. You know, if you don't like a fighter, you're gonna pick out negative points to justify putting him further down the list, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I just think Canelo's pound for pound at the moment. After, is he holding 3 current weight division belts at the moment, or is it only 2 he's holding? Have a look on BoxRec. I thought it was 3.
I think he's still holding one at 160, 168, and 175 now.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive in itself, really, isn't it? A boxer holding championship
illegal.
belts in 3 different weight divisions. What'd you say? Illegal?
How so? It shouldn't be allowed. If you step up, you lose your belts. If you step up, you lose your belt.
That's a good point.
Any fighter, if you're a middleweight champion and you say, I'm going to go and fight at super middleweight, you get stripped to your belt.
Yep. Okay, what's he got here? Canelo Alvarez, box rec. Okay, they're saying he's only got 2 belts. The World Boxing Association Super World Middleweight title. The World Boxing Organization World Light Heavyweight title.
Yeah, so he's not got anything at middleweight now. Oh, because he's franchise
Does that
and IBF was stripped. Yeah.
WBA Super World Middleweight Championship? So are they saying that's the super title at middleweight, or is that the super middleweight title?
It's just, I think it's the super middleweight that he got off the Rocky Fielding, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes more sense. He hasn't fought at 160 for a while, so it looks like he's dropped all those belts.
Yeah, he beat Jacobs, but then he got stripped to the IBF, and Golovkin fought Derevyanchenko, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Charlo got the
The
other belt,
LBC.
didn't he? He got the WBC belt. So it is what it is. But alright, Marla and Double A, did you guys catch the Mutton Bacoli fight?
No.
No? You would have, Double A, eh?
Yeah, I watched it.
How impressive do you think that knockout is for Bacoli?
Oh, he's flying. He's absolutely flying. The King of Scotland.
Yeah, well, Hernandez is supposed to be pretty durable, and I thought it was a little bit impressive that when Hernandez came out like a bat out of hell, that Bacoli showed some pretty good defense to be able to weather the storm and pour it on second round and get him out of there. But
That first round, though, at parts and times in that first round, I thought, oh, Bacoli could lose this year.
yeah,
Like, he did look a bit flustered, but once he managed, do you know what? He was letting him come on to him, and he wasn't pushing him. And then once he realised, wait a minute, I can just push this guy off me to get the distance. But that's impressive if you think what he's done in the last couple of months to beat Kevin Johnson, to stop him. And
that
then
was only 2 weeks
to
ago.
stop him. That's what I mean. It's.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him back out again at the end of the year. I really would.
Yo, shit.
How did Evander Holyfield's son fight?
He did. I watched
Oh,
that fight. Evan.
Disgraceful. That was absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah. It's like the
I
commentator
watched that
said,
back.
if the other guy had knocked Evan down like that, the fight wouldn't have got stopped. So
John, I rewatched the fight. I did rewatch the fight, and I'm 100% sure that the ref was waving the fight off before the guy had even touched the ground.
that's shit.
He waved the fight while the guy was still at the 1 count.
Yeah, I didn't see the fight card. I actually wish hopefully someone will upload that fight.
Might end up on Facebook or something, that one, because it was a Showbox card, eh?
Oh, yeah.
No, that was on the DAZN card. No, wait, was that not on the DAZN card? That was on the undercard of the DAZN.
I can't remember. I was switching between
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 different streams all day. I thought it was
Yeah, it
on
was
that
undercard of the
Showbox one.
DAZN.
Okay.
If you just go to the DAZN USA YouTube page, they streamed the whole undercard.
okay. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'll check that out. What weight class is he by? Just
He's middleweight, but he's a massive middleweight. He's massive.
Okay.
It
that'd
was the
be
last fight.
interesting.
It was the last fight on the card, so go right to the end of the stream.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'll do that. Sweet. Thanks for that.
Subscribe to that channel too, because you get a lot of good fights and a lot of information comes through that site. It's good. Yeah, no, I did watch a Showbox card as well, and I can't remember the names of the guys that were on there, but the main event guy, who apparently stole the show last time. Oh, what's his name? He came in and he knocked his opponent out in 17 seconds or something in the first round as well. So he looks like he's gonna be. Who the fuck was it? I'm gonna have to find
I
out.
watched that on T Street. T Street uploaded their fights.
Oh, did
I
he?
watched that. I think that was the fight. I watched a couple of them on T Street this morning, actually. Yeah, a 17-second knockout. It rings a bell.
Yeah. It was the main events on the Showbox card. I can't remember who the guy was. But he's only had like 7 fights or something, and he stopped everybody. So he's looking interesting. Was there any other fights over the weekend that you lads would like to talk about? There's plenty that happened. Is there any stuck out for you guys?
No, I didn't watch a whole lot, to be honest. I was a bit lazy on it.
But you don't.
I watched loads. I think I watched loads. I watched that card. There was a Russian card on as well that I watched. Honestly, I can't even think. There was a good fight, that Felix Cash and Jack Cullen fight.
Oh yeah,
in
I
Manchester.
saw some of that one too.
That was a nice good scrap.
Yeah, it was very competitive.
Anthony Crawler, did you watch the Crawler fight?
I saw parts of it. Let us know what you thought of it, Double A.
Aye, it was a bit of a robbery. He got beat, but he got the decision. And it's not that the guy clapped him and hugged him and kissed him and everything. Like, shows you what Crawler is to boxers.
Yeah.
Aye, it was a bit of a robbery.
Okay.
He got beat. Crawler knows he got beat, but it was quite a good card as well.
He didn't get put down at all, did he?
No, but the first 4 rounds, Crawler was he looked like he was a novice against a world champion for the first 4 rounds.
Yeah.
He came back, didn't he? It was a good card.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The Ryan Garcia fight, did you watch that?
I did. Didn't last long, did it? The Duno went down like a sack of spuds that time.
I really thought that was going to go to points. I really thought that's going to go all the way.
Well, Garcia copped a couple of those big overhand rights and didn't phase him. And that's supposed to be the big weapon for Duno. So, does he actually hit that hard? Is it just the opponents he's been knocking out were a bit soft? Oh, shit, I don't know. But Ryan Garcia's got a lot of potential, doesn't he? So, be looking forward to seeing where he goes. He's been training a bit with Canelo as well, so he's picking up a lot of valuable experience at the same time. Interesting indeed. Let's have a look at him in the rankings, actually. Ryan Garcia. Where's my rankings gone? Rankings. Here we go. What weight division is he? He's like 140, is he, or something like that? No, he's bigger than that, isn't he? Ryan Garcia. No, not cruiserweights. Not light heavyweights. Super middle. He's smaller than that. Are you there, Double A?
I'm just going to go and get his rankings on Box Live. I think he might be ranked right across the board now.
What's his weight division? Is he at at welterweight? Super welter.
No. Where is he? There he is there. He's got a WBO. He's number 7 in the WBO. Let me click on him and get his full rankings up there. He's 7 in the WBO, 8 in the WBC, and 4 in the WBA.
Okay. And what division is it?
Lightweight.
Lightweight. Okay. 135. Here we go. Well, he's got plenty of options in front of him, doesn't he? He's PBC fighter.
No.
No?
Golden Boy.
Oh, he's Golden Boy. Oh. Okay.
They've got the DAZN deal as well, haven't they? So
Yes.
Oscar's Oscar's got his own dates for him, isn't he? Because he's already done a couple of shows.
Yeah. I guess they'd probably use him as a headliner for most of their, headliner or undercards for bigger fights.
Yeah. Try and get him a world title fight, won't it?
Mm.
Try and get it on the road.
I'd love to see him fight Luke Campbell. I guess it's probably a bit early in his career for that, maybe. That'd be an awesome dust-up. Who else is there?
Right, John, do you know Otto Wallen, right? Otto Wallen was ranked number 4 in the IBF, in the WBA, wasn't he?
WBO, I think, wasn't it? Oh, I can't remember.
No, he had a WBA ranking, I'm sure. Tyson Fury beat him. Otto Wallen dropped 4 places, and Tyson Fury still no entered the WBA rankings.
Yeah, I thought it was WBO. That's why Tyson's pretty high up, number 2 there. But he was still number 2 after he beat Schwartz there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. But Otto Wallen, actually, I thought he gained rankings, gained a position in rankings after losing to Tyson Fury.
No, I'm sure. He might have been number 4 with the IBF. Actually, he had a WBA ranking. No, I can remember him having a WBA ranking.
Yeah,
He still got the WBA ranking.
I remember looking before the fight, and he only had a ranking with 1 body in the top 15. But now he's got a ranking with more. So, I don't know. Funny how it works like that. But another person in the WBO rankings that's just got a confirmed fight is Junior Fa. I guess we better have a bit of a yarn about that since we've got another Kiwi on here. I forgot his name. Who's he fighting? Bringing it up.
Somebody else here, John.
Hey?
Somebody else in the chat there.
Devin Vargas.
Devin Vargas.
Yeah, that's the guy he's going to be fighting. Okay. Who we got here? We have Get the Smoke. How are you, man? You're on mute at the moment. Jump in when you're ready to chat, mate.
Yeah, yeah, I will. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, man.
Did you see you would have seen the Canelo fight over the weekend for sure? I must be busy at the moment.
Yeah, I did. I watched a bunch of cards, but I am right now traveling in a car with music playing. I don't want to give you a strike, so I'm gonna mute myself and come back.
It's alright, you won't give me a strike. I've already played some copyright music at the start. Not a biggie.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I saw the Canelo fight. Man, that was ridiculous. What a waste of time.
Waste of time, yeah. What did you make of Kovalev's performance, not throwing power shots most of the night?
Yeah, a waste of time. Like I said, it was like a worse version of the Better Biev Vosdick fight. I don't know. I thought Vosdick actually showed more heart.
Yeah. Fair enough. And do you think it justifies putting Canelo at the top of the pound for pound list?
No drug cheat is going on my top of my pound for pound list. Not gonna happen.
Drug cheat?
You know, skills wise, skills wise, I think he's top 3 guy. But yeah, you can't spring above people who've never been busted for drugs. Not in my mind.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can understand that point of view for sure. Alright, so get back into this. Junior Fa is going to be fighting Devin Vargas. Devin Vargas is he 19-1 off the top of my head? No, that was the other guy. 21-5.
with 5 knockouts.
Yeah, every time he's
When is
been.
that, Ronald?
Sorry?
When is it?
When is it? 15th of November. Just in a couple of weeks. And Junior's headlining the card with Devin Vargas. But yeah, this Devin Vargas has got the 5 losses. 5 times he's been knocked out. He got knocked out by Andy Ruiz Jr. last year. Where was the other ones? Dominic Brazil stopped him. That was back in 2014. He hasn't been that active. Jason Bergman, the Southpaw journeyman, at the time was 22-10-2 in 2014, and he knocked him out. So I see this as a step down from Dominic Brazil. Even Andreas Wojcik, the guy who got popped for drugs leading up to a Deontay Wilder fight, he knocked him out as well. So, man, I don't like this pick, but I can understand after Junior getting put on his ass in the 4th round against Dominic Gwynn that maybe there's not that much confidence in him, so give him a few more fights to build him up. What do you reckon, Marlon?
I don't think Junior Farr's got it. I don't think he's going to amount to anything.
Yeah,
I have to be honest, mate. I just don't think he's got it.
Yeah, I've always thought I'll just wait and see because he's pretty defensively sound. He's got quick hands when he wants to, but I dropped a video on it. I think he's either balls to the wall with his offense or straight out defensive fighting. There's no in between, and I don't know what it is, whether it's a confidence thing or what.
I mean, he should be fighting as a dominant fighter. When you're as big as he is, man, he should be dominating the center of the ring, working the jab, throwing combos off the jab, looking to beat people up.
Yeah.
I
think he's actually gone backwards even. I went back and watched a fight that he posted on Facebook from the amateurs. He fought Aslanbek Makhmudov, and he beat him. And just the style how he was fighting looked a hell of a lot better. So I don't know what's going on. He's training in the City Kickboxing Gym in Auckland Central with Hemi Ahio and the MMA boys who are doing well at the moment out of that gym. The Israel Adesanya, the Nick Jones, the what's the other guy's name? Shit, it's gone off the top of my head. The guy who fought on the same card as Israel Adesanya last time. But the offense just isn't there, so I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm actually more excited about the Chief Support event on that card because Hemi Ahio is fighting on that card as well.
Yeah, it's more aggressive, eh?
Yeah, he's way more entertaining to watch as a fighter. If a fight goes long, it might possibly not suit his style, but we've seen that he can go long and still keep the pace up. When he fought Daniel Tai for the New Zealand title, he went the full distance there and didn't look to be slowing down. He had slippery shoes, which didn't help him in that fight, but he could end up passing Junior Farr with regards to being in the Lou DiBella Entertainment stable. So yeah.
I've got an interesting comment here.
Yeah, man.
Fury has now been made mandatory for Wilder above Dillian White. Mauricio Solomon said in a Boxing Social interview. What do you make of that? Poor Dillian. he's not getting any breaks for the WBC.
I think Dillian is he's reaping what he sowed. Where's that decent?
Yeah, man.
Did he fail? Did he fail to be sampled? Did he?
Way you go,
Who knows? Who knows? Right now he's with that travel gnome, like going all over the world. It's going to be 600 days before we find out what's up with the B sample.
Yeah, Solomon said in an interview that Wilder will be fighting Ortiz, then Tyson Fury, and then Dillian White will get his mandatory if everything's cleared up with UKAD. But until then, I don't think the WBC will sanction a fight with Dillian White until he gets actually. They need transparency. They need UKAD to tell them what happened, and until the WBC, that's what they've said. But they've scheduled it for February 2021.
I remember reading an article that was saying Dillian White's mandatory and interim status is suspended and the WBC will still sanction him to fight. So apparently it's just that position that's suspended, not himself. But it is ridiculous how UKAD are taking so long to get this shit sorted. But at the same time, it can be argued, you know, Dillian White passed all the WBC's drug tests, so why are they trying to slow him down? You know, is VADA not as stringent as UKAD?
I don't think it's a matter of WBC's drug tests, but it's a matter of passing all drug tests.
Yeah, you can't fail a drug test for one person and be alright to fight with another. But in Britain, I know that in Britain, UKAD overrides VADA. UKAD's the recognised. If you fail a UKAD test but you pass a VADA, you can't fight. But if you fail a UKAD and pass a VADA, you can fight. But if you fail UKAD, you don't fight.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Dillian White's no failed a UKAD. He's just had something suspicious in his. It's like you don't fail a test. You just have there's a normality in his test, and Dillian White has, as long as he's got 12 months to provide information why it's in his system. That's all Dillian White has today, is find why that was in his system and prove that to UKAD. They give you 12 months to prove it. So
And
until then,
what was in his system? What was the drug they?
I don't even know what it was. They've not released it, have they? People were saying it was a D-ball, or people were saying it was this.
Mike Carpenter came out and he was trying to say what it was, and they were the byproducts of D-ball, which is anabolic steroid. But it's all hearsay. There's no actual proof out there for the public. The only people.
But there is one rule. Like people. I just want Dillian White. One question, if anybody gets to ask Dillian White, is when UKAD contact you and say, look, we found something in your A sample. Dillian White has three options. Dillian White either accepts the charge, appeals the A sample, or asks for the B sample to be opened. Dillian White could have asked for that B sample to be opened and tested. UKAD don't have the right to open the B sample. Only Dillian White. It's Dillian White who asks him to open the B sample. UKAD won't analyse the B sample. People keep saying this. Where's the B sample? The B sample sat there. It's up to Dillian White at any time can say open the B sample.
Yeah.
Then they test the B sample. But Dillian White's appealing the A sample. It's up to him to prove what's in that A sample wasn't intentionally put in it. You don't need to prove that it's not in it. You just need to prove it's not intentional. Like Dillian White could have said open the B sample as soon as they found it and tested the B sample, but he didn't do that, which to me is wrong. The first thing you do as a fighter is say open that B sample, and if it's in the B sample, then it's in my system and I don't know why it's there.
Yeah, well, it actually costs the fighter money to get the B sample opened up, doesn't it? But it doesn't cost them to appeal the A sample. Of course, it's still going to cost them in litigation fees and shit like that. But
it definitely cost him to not inform the WBC that he failed the A sample. That's costing him.
Yeah, well, that would have been smart on his part, wouldn't it? He might not have got that Oscar Rivas fight done then, because the WBC likely would have put a hold on that until Dillian could prove his innocence. But in the long run, Dillian might have been better off coming clean to the WBC prior to the fight.
Even his coach, his own trainer's coming out and says, I didn't know that he even had a meeting. I didn't know he had a hearing until it was like it was in the changing room. He's like, I didn't know any of this was happening. Now when your trainer doesn't know that UKAD have contacted you, and Eddie Hearn's not told his trainer, like that's different.
That's like hiding shit from everyone. It doesn't look good when you do that. But yeah, it looks like he might be fighting in December, or he could be on that February card, eh? So we'll see what happens.
They can't put, he's never. Can you imagine if they put him on that Anthony Joshua undercard? You're going to have Povetkin, who was caught, and then you've got Molina, who's serving a UCAD ban. Molina's actually serving a ban just now, isn't he?
Might be finished by now.
No, did you know he got, listen to this? UCAD released a statement. Molina's actually, well, this is hilarious, Jono. He's actually been charged and his ban's been extended by a month. Guess why?
Oh, why?
Because he sparred Joseph Parker on the build-up to Parker Anthony Joshua fight.
Are you kidding? They can't fucking do that. It's just sparring.
No. Yep, he got an extra month suspension for sparring.
That's
Google
fucking
that.
disgusting,
Yep.
you kid.
Parker.
Man.
You're banned from all boxing activities, which includes sparring. He must have sparred in England. So, yeah, it's not allowed. So he got banned for longer. Yeah.
Okay. Anthony Joshua was sparring Tyrone Spong. They're gonna ban Anthony Joshua or Tyrone Spong?
Tyrone Spong. It wasn't the UCAD who caught him, was it?
Oh no, it wasn't. It was Vada who caught him. So the jurisdiction thing will keep him off the hook. But that's
crazy.
Fuck, that's crazy. You're not allowed to spar if you're under suspension. I mean, guys, there are guys out there who don't actually fight in the ring as a pro, but make a living off sparring. So if these guys are popped by UCAD takes away their income for living.
Yeah, gym fighters, like, there's loads of people who know they're not even good enough to be area level, but they're good enough to put in 3 rounds. So
that's shocking, man. Die, UCAD, die!
It wasn't that long ago. I'm sure the suspension still be valid. But yeah.
Oh, where? Eric Molina's fighting Filip Hrgovic.
Yeah, he's fighting him on the Joshua undercard.
7th card, I didn't know that. I just looked it up. Okay. Interesting. Hrgovic will beat the shit out of him. But good for you, Eric. And when did he have his last fight? Nick Guivas was his last fight. And that was this year as well. So he's been fighting in the States, even though he's under a UCAD suspension. Interesting. Far out. Let's have a
Did you guys catch any of the?
Where you go? Smoke.
Did you guys catch any of the top ranked or PBC cards last night?
I caught some parts of some of them. Yeah, I was jumping around between streams myself. Which fight in particular you want to talk about, bro?
I heard you guys talking about the Evan Holyfield. That was kind of ridiculous. What do you think of the Ryan Garcia or the Michelle Sosa?
The Ryan Garcia 17-second knockout was pretty impressive. Thought Duno was going to last longer than that, but wow, that was impressive. I didn't see the Bachelt fight.
Do you think Ryan Garcia he can beat any of the guys at 135, any of the top guys?
I was just saying earlier in the stream I'd like to see him fight Luke Campbell. That'd be awesome. It was a great fight.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Luke Campbell is right now. I'd like to see that fight. I'm kind of looking at Lomachenko side-eye for jumping into Luke Campbell and David Haney proceedings.
Yeah.
Getting that vacant title. That seems to be a little bit beneath him.
Yeah. You kind of sound like you're a bit far away from your mic or something there. Get the smoke, but we did get most of that. Yeah.
Yeah, let me do some adjusting.
That's a bit better.
Oh yeah, there's also that Gary Antoine Russell fight on the PBC. Pretty good knockout, 154 guy. I think he's Gary Russell Jr.'s son, but I'm not quite sure. They all have the same name.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 sons that all have the Gary Russell, but different names in the middle or something, don't they? So, I didn't see that one. Hopefully it'll pop up on YouTube or something later on so I can check it out. But what actually happened in that Bachelt fight? Did anyone actually watch that one?
Oh yeah, I watched it. It was devastating. Sosa had no answer. He didn't roll with any of the shots. Bachelt was just tearing him apart to the body. It was hard to watch. It was clean punches. Sosa had no answers. I didn't even go 4 rounds. It was over pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah, finished him in the 4th.
He got the hell beat out of him. Bachelt showed that he's got holes in his defense, but he is a great body puncher. It would have been great to see that Tank fight, but who's at 130? I don't. Can Bachelt Loma? I guess if Loma's going back down to 130, that'd be a good fight. I don't know what the future holds for Bachelt.
You think Loma's going to go back down? I couldn't imagine Loma going back down, but I can't imagine him going up to 140 either. So, interesting. But,
well, I mean, that's the noise he's making. He's threatening to go down, which I think would be the softest move for me, like kind of ATG candidate that goes down. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you got to do?
Yeah, this damn franchise shit's wrecking everything. Hashtag.
I think that's around weight class. I mean, if they follow wherever sanctioning body they fight for, or whatever weight class they wind up in.
Yeah. Kind of got a buzzing going over top of your mic too. Smoke can't really hear much. But
yeah, all right, I'm gonna hop out.
Okay, bro. Take it easy then, man. Thanks for dropping in. Alright, so we have a quick little yarn to finish off about Hemi the Heat Ahio facing Joshua Tufty. I think this is a better matchup than the main event, to be honest. I don't think Joshua Tufty's anything to write home about, but Hemi Ahio is a beast, and we will see how he goes. What do you reckon of the matchup there, Mala?
Oh, who was that? Sorry, I was just reading an article about AJ and Ruiz, mate. Sorry, say that?
Hemi Ahio versus Joshua Tufty. What do you reckon?
Ooh, have you got the boxing rec for Tufty?
I'm just bringing it up, just a sec.
How do you spell it?
Tufte.
Tufte. Tufty. Joshua Tufty. Here we go. 19-9, three losses, 1 stoppage. 32 years of age. Let's have a look here. Oh, I think Hemi will get him.
Yeah, I think he will get him too. Was it here? He lost to Jerry Forrest, Adam
He fought Kalnacki, yeah, stopped in 2 rounds.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. It was hard to watch that one. I didn't think Kalnacki should have been fighting him, and I think that was after he'd knocked Spilker out.
He won on a split decision with Daniel Martz.
That's what I was just looking at there. I was just going to say that. I was laughing at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's either that fight or his knockout win over Jamal Woods would be his best victory.
Man.
He's got 2 fights against Jamal Woods, and the most recent one, he didn't knock him out. It went to split decision. So
Yeah, I'll go for Hemi in that one.
yeah, I think it's it's more of a case of which round are we gonna pick for him to knock him out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both similar sizes. I mean, Joshua Tufty's only 6'1" and Hemi's only 6 foot flat. So, but this Joshua Tufty looks like a bit of a chubster, and he hasn't been that active besides getting knocked out by. He lost on points against Jerry Forrest, didn't he? He lost against Jerry Forrest. That was this year, and then before that, he hasn't had a fight since 2017, where Adam Kalnacki sparked him clean out. So,
John, he's exactly the type of boxer we were just talking about. The type of boxer who just kind of floats in and out of the gym, takes a few punches now and again, probably training, kicking about different gyms, putting in a few rounds here and there, making a few quid.
yeah, that's him.
Looks like a gym fighter
Yeah,
who just happens to sometimes get in the ring.
yeah. But
I think Luke Bellin really needs to do something with Junior Fa, because I remember saying this about Joseph Parker. There's a lot of heavyweights coming through. There's a lot of money being thrown at different stables, and you can just be lost. Like, you can slip down the rankings, and before you know it, nobody's going to give Joseph Parker a fight when they're above him. And it doesn't take much nowadays. Like, I think you really need, especially Junior Fa, like, he really needs to be fighting somebody with a decent name. Because fighting on these small cards in America, is he still doing the broad box shows? Is that what they're called? We get them on Box Nation.
Broadway here.
Yeah, like, he's going to get lost in it before you know it.
Yeah, well, he's holding a ranking with the WBO at number 7 at the moment, but I believe that's only because he's holding what's it called, the interim Oriental WBO title. But there's plenty of fights for him. I mean, he's ranked above Michael Hunter. How freaking ridiculous is that? Who's below him? Evgeny Romanov, he could fight him. Tom Schwartz at number 10, he could fight him. Carlos Takam, he could fight him. Frank Sanchez at 12. Edget Cabiel. Dempsey McKean, there's a fight for him. That's only across the ditch. He's at number 14. Jermaine Franklin is one that I think is a good fight for Junior, and he should be fighting him. And it's not a hard fight to access either, because Lou DiBella has access to the PBC stable. So why not make a fight like that? Two undefeated up-and-comers. Neither of them, in my opinion, have the stuff to go all the way to a world championship, but at least this way one of them will get sorted out, and it'll give us a really good idea whether either of them are going to go too much further. So,
Got a question there from someone, Jono. What do you guys make of Dan's putting UFC up on the screen in the arena for an hour before the Canelo fight?
yeah, well, it's a network clash there, isn't it? They kind of had to do it because they've only got the one channel for combat sports, don't they? So
No, they don't own the UFC. UFC's ESPN, so what they did is the Zone showed an ESPN stream on the screen.
oh,
Right, I seen a thing that you should watch this. Dana White, I'm sure it's the morning of the UFC, and he's calling Oscar De La Hoya all these names, and he calls him an arsehole. He says, I told him not to put it on in the same day. I told him. He's like, I knew they were going to sit and make their fighters wait until we are finished. That's what I'm saying. They were wrapped up, ready to go, and then they were sat in the dressing room. And now I got told it was closer to 2 hours that they were actually gloved up.
yeah. Well,
That's
see,
how long-
I was under the assumption that DAZN was showing some MMA, and they had to wait for that to finish. But they were showing ESPN broadcast in the arena on a
And
DAZN
they're
show.
gonna- Yes.
Gonna end
So
up in
that'll be
court,
fun.
man. That's stupid.
Yeah. And you know, it's not even. He doesn't care. Dana White just going to get one or Oscar De La Hoya, isn't he? He doesn't care if it's DAZN. He just cares that it's Oscar.
Yeah. Far out. That's really stupid on the part of the DAZN. That's stupid ass, man. Not only because they had to make the fighters and the fans wait for so long. I mean, shit. Most of the American fights on Sunday over here are not long before my dinner time, but I was having to jump up to the dinner table, eat some dinner, then come back between rounds. It was late, man, and I can only imagine it would have been really late in the States. What time was the fight actually on? 11 o'clock over there? Far out. But yeah, I hope Dana White has a dig at Oscar De La Hoya and the Zone for putting ESPN broadcast on the screen in a DAZN show. And I didn't actually notice, did the broadcast that was on the screen in there come up on the broadcast that was coming through DAZN? Sure, you would have got glimpses of it as well.
Probably glimpses. Yeah.
That's a big no-no
funny
as
though.
well.
It's funny because it was actually an ESPN pay-per-view, so the Zone actually showed a pay-per-view, and I thought pay-per-view was dying.
Oh, far out.
I don't know how. Surely they're going to get the balls towed for that. Somebody's the UFC are going to win a few quid, aren't they?
Yeah.
That was 20,000 people watching.
Yeah. Ain't something for nothing in this world. Everything costs something, so UFC will want some sort of piece out of it, or some sort of financial reimbursement or something. Interesting, man.
I was saying about Canelo as well. Right, I know Canelo was pay-per-view, but Canelo needed a dance partner to do pay-per-views in America. Canelo, you needed somebody to fight, to actually sell it, to get $1 million buys. Canelo fighting a bum doesn't sell $1 million in the States. But with the Zone, he's pretty much getting pay-per-view money to pick his own opponents now.
Yeah.
It's like people are laughing about the hydration clause. Like Canelo, that hydration clause is staying in there for every fight, and every clause that gets added will stay in there. So by the time he gets to his 11th fight with the Zone, like there'll be so many clauses.
Yeah. I've just stumbled across an article here. Kovalev was saying that he was pretty tired after that 6th round. I still had him winning a few rounds after the 6th, but I think it was the 6th was definitely a Canelo round. Oh, Marla, did you guys see the whole fight, or you just seen highlights?
Oh, I saw quite a lengthy highlight sort of footage reel of it, yeah.
There was a point in the fight, was it the 7th round? Or at the end of the round, Canelo all of a sudden started backtracking and trying to stay away from Kovalev for the rest of the round. I was wondering whether something actually hurt him, or was he trying to suck Kovalev into trying to attack him while he was on the ropes?
He got hurt. Kovalev caught him, Kovalev caught him, and he kind of stepped back, but Kovalev never pounced on him.
Too tired or just too scared, do you reckon?
I would have said he was probably... I don't know, but by the sounds of it, like you said, he was tired. Like, a lot of people, like, to go, especially when you're old, like that takes a lot out of your body. A training camp takes a lot out of your body. And then you've got to get in there into that ring, like, maybe his body just gave up on him.
It could be. Maybe he's getting to that point where he is 36. Just about shot. Yeah, he's 36, but...
Yeah, man.
You know, lower weight divisions... not lower weight divisions, just weight divisions where you've got a weight limit and having to cut weight to make weight every fight. Surely that does take a toll on your body as well. So, you know, 36. He's had
a lot of wars. He's had a lot of wars, and he's got personal issues as well, hasn't he?
Yes.
Like so all that, it does take a toll.
Yeah. Well, it's well known that he likes to drink and shit as well, so he hasn't been the nicest to his body. You know, everybody calls vodka a Sergey Kovalev pre-workout, so... I guess it could be to that point where he's just about shot, and fighting young fighters who can go the distance with good chins and can throw good punches back, then maybe it's done for Kovalev. Who knows, man?
You just get the. I mean, you look at Joe Lewis, Ali, Holmes. Look at most fighters. Holyfield at 36, your best is past you. For most fighters, it's your best has gone.
Yeah.
You know?
By the time you hit 40, in most cases, even if you've treated your body well, it's just about over.
It is, man. You can't deny time, man? It just.
That's right.
Yeah.
Father Time
Actually-
remains unbeaten.
The amateur, he's had a long amateur career as well. So it's not like he's not had time off really, apart from when he's been out of camp. So he'll probably win. Well, saying that, let's be honest, Canelo might just give that belt up and Kovalev might get to fight somebody for it straight away. So like, it might not be over for him. He might have one last chance to win that belt.
Yeah, well, who's next in line for, was it light heavyweight WBO title? What do we got here? Light heavyweight, Sergey Kovalev, Saul Canelo Alvarez. They had him ranked at number 1, and he hadn't even fought. Huh. That's interesting. I guess they had to do that though, so Kovalev could actually take a voluntary against him. He has to be in the rankings, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Ramirez, Gilberto Ramirez.
Oh, sorry, he's already mandatory because he gave up the 168 belt and Billy Joe Saunders fought for it. Am I saying he's got that WBO clause? He can call mandatory whenever he wants. I forgot about that.
Ah,
Yeah,
was he
moved up.
their super champion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's under him?
Ramirez. Umar Salamov.
Where's Buatsi on that list? Is Buatsi top 5?
4 is Dominic Beazle. 5 is Jesse Hart. 6 is who are we looking for? Sorry,
Buatsi.
Buatsi. Okay. Where is he? If he's here. Oh yeah, Joshua Buatsi, number 13 was the WBO.
Oh, number 13.
Yeah, he's a fair way down. Steve Ward. Who else we got here? Blake Caparello. I haven't heard of that guy. Number 10. Anthony Yard at number 9. Shit, he dropped a fair way down after his loss, didn't he? Later, Alvarez is still hanging around at number 8. Robert, how do we say this one? Perzakzowski at number 7.
Where's McGregor when you need him?
Yeah, exactly. Maxim Vlasov, number 6. Yeah, Jesse Hart, number 5. So, most likely to be mandatory for Canelo at 175 is probably going to be Umar Salamov. He's not that great a quality, but he's okay. He used to be a Kevin Barry charge.
I can't see Canelo fighting Ramirez, can you?
No, I think that might be pushing it a bit too much for him. But if he becomes mandatory, what choice does he have? It's the WBO, not the WBC. He doesn't get this. I'll do whatever you tell me to do and kiss his toes shit. So, we'll see what happens.
Just to change the subject, I just found an interesting article on Stuff. Ruiz has clarified he's looking to lose. People are sort of talking about his weight. He's looking to lose 5 kilos, which is from the fight he had, the first fight with AJ, which is 11 pounds. So he should still be. That would mean he's be coming in about 257.
Yeah.
So he's not actually an excessive weight loss.
Yeah. Have you guys seen
Ruiz is
that photo of
Aye.
him and Michael Hunter?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
no, I've seen a million times. Right, put it this way: I'm not the biggest built person, but if I sit down, I've got a belly. Right, when I stand up, I look lean. It's no hard. If you sit down, you know yourself. You're a dad. You're middle aged. You've got
Yeah.
a spread.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? When you stand up and flex in the mirror, man, you've got a full six pack.
Yeah.
It's like Andy Ruiz knows exactly what he's doing. He's putting out pictures of him sat. He knows before he puts a picture out that he's going to make himself look as fat as he can, then he's going to take a picture a few days later looking as thin as he can.
When this first all started coming out about dramatic weight loss of Andy Ruiz, nobody noticed, but a lot of the pictures he was posting were,
We're all
they're pictures of him when he was on a major weight cut before he fought Joseph Parker. The exact same
And-
photos.
when Andy Ruiz puts on weight, he doesn't put weight on like an athlete. He puts weight on like a normal person. When you're just a normal person sat in the house and you put on 2 stone and you start exercising, you can lose fat easy.
Yeah.
It's like if you're 19 stone and you exercise 8 hours a day for 4 days, you will lose massive amounts of weight. Doesn't matter who you are. That's all. All Andy Ruiz needs to do.
Yeah.
It's easy. If he wants to lose 10 pounds, he can lose 10 pounds in a week if he hits the gym.
Yeah, man, totally. Hey, if you're eating the right food and you're getting off your backside, and yeah, you'll drop it.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
no rocket science. It's like he's not got to come into that ring out of shape. But anybody who thinks Andy Ruiz is going to come in to defend the belts out of shape or looking fat or being fat is crazy.
Yeah. I'm just going to get these pictures up on screen for everybody in the chat. I've found them with Michael Hunter. There's a few different photos there. So just give me a sec. But I think he's looking better around the shoulders is about as far as I'd go with Andy Ruiz.
Solid biceps, solid shoulders.
Yeah.
He looks.
But
Yeah. I think she's gonna show up to put up a good show.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
he's gonna show up ready to go, man. So will AJ though too. So it's gonna be a great one. 5 weeks away.
That's one thing you can always count on with Ruiz, regardless of what shape you think he's in. He's coming to fight, man.
Yeah, man.
So
What day is making AJ's new coach? Well, his new padman. He's got a new padman in as well.
oh, who's that?
Can't remember the guy's name, but he's trying to think. He used to do the pads with, I don't know, Shane McGuigan. It was Shane McGuigan who broke it. Shane McGuigan says, I don't know if anybody's meant to know, but I've seen him. So he's got a new padman in working beside Bob McCracken. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. See what he brings.
So I've got those pictures of Hunter and Ruiz up on screen. His legs look a bit thinner too, but I don't know how bad his legs were before. Sandy Ruiz.
Yeah.
So
His legs still look thick but toned.
yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz. See if we got any pictures of Joshua with his new pad, man.
I'll get you that guy's name. Or what I'll do is I'll send you the link with Shane McGuigan because if I click on it, it might go off.
Yeah.
It was on Sky Sports the other day, 3 days ago. I'll click there.
Oh, here's a video of it by the looks of it.
Was there a video of it? Can't remember his name. He's or who he used to. I think who he-
Maybe images might have something.
God, it was funny the other day, Jono, when we were on Unrivaled's channel and that lunatic was on,
Oh,
H Money.
H Money, Mr. DAZN. I own you. I'm stealing all your fans. I'll just keep talking until nobody else can say anything. And yeah, I win. I just schooled you. What a load
Yeah.
of shit, man.
Man,
I get it all the time, man. You must know what's he called? The guy called Jackal or something, or he's got a channel. No,
Oh.
Jedi, Boxing Jedi.
Oh, Boxing Jedi.
Honestly, he was shouting on a stream and I said to him, and then he had this guy in a debate and then I messaged him. I was like, you don't really need to start shouting and calling people bitches and that, and then he messaged me saying it was my dad, and then I gave him it stinking. I think I made him cry, and then he started calling me racist and blocked me and told I made a video calling me racist because I said something about his mum.
Who was screaming? Was it Boxing Jedi screaming?
He came onto a stream and started, because he was shouting, he's gone, and he's like, I can do that because I'm keeping it real. And I was like, because you shout and say I'm keeping it real doesn't mean you're keeping it real. They couldn't get it. Called me racist. They made a video about it, called me racist and all that because he said they messaged me saying I'm your daddy, and I said you can't be my daddy. And then I explained what I did to his mum, and then he called me racist.
I went on H Money after he jumped off Unrivalled's channel. I went on to H Money's channel, and Unrivaled had left a few comments, but then I think he had gone. H Money put on some music and started rapping, and I sat there, and it was so bad. I actually jumped off. It was terrible, man. He sounded like a crackhead rapping. You know what I mean?
Man.
And he was a shocker, man. Like DT3's got a good channel. The guy he's got a good channel. He seems like a good dude, but that H Money was just insane.
Yeah.
He called Unrivaled out, and then Unrivaled said, "Okay, mate, jump on my channel. Let's go. Let's have a debate." And then he jumped on there and he just started going off like a madman.
Yeah.
Well,
I went over to his stream straight after that as well and listened for a bit, and he was choking away like he's choking on his crack pipe.
Yeah, man.
Every 5 seconds going, skirt. What a fucking idiot.
You've seen the thing they use like this, and he's like, you're not a member of, what is it, the NBBS or something like that, the
non-biased boxing community, yeah. I've heard of that one.
Right. Holy fuck, man, there's like this other one, it's like the UGC. Fucking, it sounds like, all these sounds like they're American colleges, man. They've all got these fucking, you're like, wow, you don't need to like gather into wee groups.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
With the same, what it is, if you don't have the same opinion, you can't be in that group. So it's not really a boxing group if everybody's got the same opinion. I don't want to sit and talk to people who like every single boxer I like. You want people who like different boxers, and do you know what I mean? If you want to talk box,
yeah, I prefer it. I prefer the debate.
Well, what's the point of everybody being on a stream that's got the same opinion and agrees with everything? It's fucking boring.
Yeah. And if you say something they don't want to hear, they time you out.
Yeah, good thinking.
It's bullshit, mate. You know, there was one guy Unrivalled's been attracting quite a few of them, and one guy jumped on the other day, and he was you get a lot of these racist channels, you know, and it's like, well, mate, you haven't been around enough channels. If you think that, yes, there's racism in boxing, there's those elements that, like the LDBC are a racially based group.
Yep.
You're gonna get a few others, but there's a lot of channels out there that have no boxing channels that have no time for it.
No.
You just gotta go around.
Like, even the LDBC, I can go and, like, right now, I could go into an LDBC chat and talk to the people in the LDBC. I talk to people like, you know, Fannin, people don't like him. I talk to him, I talk to Worldbreaker, I talk to these people, not just about boxing, about life. Fucking the guys help me with my barbecues, fucking they're into art. I talk to people for the LDBC who are actually into, like, art. I'll show you when you come off the stream. I've got art in my house, like street art and stuff that I collect, and people are into that. Like, I know them. They fancy, they're going to always back the black boxer against the white boxer. I accept that. The same way as I've got pals for Britain who'll always back the British boxer. Yeah. Because my view is, if you're going to back somebody because of nationality, you can't moan because somebody's black backing somebody because of the colour of his skin. Do you know what I mean? If you back somebody because of nationality and he backs him because of race, that's no different to me. You're just backing somebody because of the same as you.
Yeah, well,
I don't have a problem with it.
The difference for me is I've got no problem with anybody backing a fighter because they are of the same race or the same nationality or whatever. But what I do have a problem with is people bringing down the opponent of the person that they like because they are not of the same race or because they are not of the same nationality. That's where I have a problem.
Aye, but that's the thing. If you're backing somebody because we're their nationality, then your argument's always because of nationality. If you're backing them because of race, you're always going to argue about their race. Yeah. So to me, it just comes hand in hand. To me, like, don't get me wrong, I would never go out for a pint with people who are like that. I would never go out with people for a pint who are nationalists, because it's no in me. It's no in me. Like I say, there's only one race. I don't see people as black, white or yellow. We're all human. We're the human race. To me, so I don't mind. Like, oh, aye, like some of them are crazy. Like some of the things I've heard in everybody's chat is like, it's only boxing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter where you go, and it doesn't matter what sport or what subject you're talking about. There's idiots everywhere, all colours, all creeds. There's idiots everywhere, and there's smart ones everywhere too. And there's also middle of the road. So take it as it comes.
Well, it's like when I heard a comment. One of these clowns said, "Oh, you got to knock out a white fighter because if you get to the bell, they'll always get the decision." I was like, really?
Yeah, well, that's straight racist.
Yeah,
Aye,
yeah, mate.
but that's because they honestly believe that, see, people like that, they're watching boxing, though, that thinking that the refs are going to favour a black fighter. They don't even know if the ref's black or white.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they've already got it in their head that the black fighter's going to get the decision because he's black.
Predetermined conclusions before they even know the facts.
Yeah, mate.
Interesting. All right. Okay, lads. It's been a very interesting conversation. I'd like to thank you all for coming in. Everybody in the chat. It wouldn't be the same without you. We also had Get the Smoke popped in for a bit. Tommy Temper popped in. They both have their own channels. Double A Boxing and Blunts has a channel. Puts out a lot of funny shit. And Marla2243, always been a regular for a long time over here at what's used to be Kiwi Box. Now it's Big Boys Boxing. So thanks a lot, guys, for coming in. Any final words before we go there, Marla?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the Wilder Ortiz fight. I just looked. It's 23rd of this month, is it?
It is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I know it's the first fight was good. You know, it took a little few rounds to get started because they respected each other. But once they got into it, it was a good scrap. So hopefully this one will be the same.
Hopefully, Ortiz hasn't got too much older in the last year. But we'll see.
That he's got old. Did you know watch it? You should watch the Fox have released the training camp thing, and Luis Ortiz is like running in and goes up to the trainer. He's like, "How far?" And the guy's like 5 miles, and he's like, "Oh no." Yeah.
I might have to go and check that out. Awesome.
Oh, it's
Right.
good.
Any final words before we go there, Double A?
Nah, see you later. Take care. Jesus loves you all.
All right, guys.
Sweet, mate. No worries, mate.
Thanks for popping in, lads. We'll catch you all
Sweet.
next time. Don't
Yep.
forget to subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell icon. And that's us. It's Big Boys
Sweet, man.
Boxing. We out. See you.